Hello everyone and welcome to the map Magma Mines. Joining me here on the right side, the upper right corner of the first viewer match of the day, it is Blue Team's Terran, Bearded Saiyan. Ignore the chat for now. Team Blue Zerg player here, also in the upper right, it is Super Tej. For Team Red, the quick spawning pool coming out from KZT Math. Much scarier than KZT Science, am I right? And lastly, the Protoss player. For Team Red, it is Xander. Also KZ, are you two the same clan? Yes. Okay, teammates over here, potentially. I'll say teammates, not necessarily friends, but certainly cohorts. Compatriots. Criminal associates, shall we say. I see double gateway. Reasonable. Okay, fine. Spawning pool. Okay. Double drone. The most suspicious here. Oh, are we playing in a hatchery? Ah, proxy hatchery. Over on the right side of the map, where hatcheries most certainly do not belong. Drone number 2 gets in here. We have pings abound from the blue players here. Hatcheries canceled. The one outside the base was canceled. The one going up inside is going to be much more risky. I don't see you getting this up, really. Reaper pops out from the barracks initial unit, going to pick off drone number 1. Just as the Zerglings make their way over here, the Reaper's actually leaving. Bearded Saiyan, calm, collected. Spine crawlers from Tej gonna help out with the defense here. The hatchery, of course, is not going anywhere. The hatchery is absolutely not happening. The question now is the Zerglings and whatever else the Protoss is doing. How is the Protoss player spending the moments given to them by this Zerg's aggression? I feel like you just cancel the hatch right after the spine crawlers come up. The investment from both of these players already is kind of enough to warrant just canceling and calling it good. You've produced extra barracks, spine crawlers abound, Tej canceling that third one. It's a play. Excellently done. Battery at the main base mineral line for the Protoss. The Reapers not going to find any real damage. It looks like only one kill, and I think that was the drone. Extra Reapers coming out here. We're going up to 6. Yeah. Okay. Bit of an exciting start to start off the day here. Supply blocks, adepts, trying to chase Reapers, probe. Interesting choice in placement. We're seeing immortals. Adept immortal? Really? How's everybody doing now? Team Red, I just established Adept Immortal Forge. The Immortal. Chasing down the Reaper. From the Zerg, we have so far a Spine Crawler and quite a few Zerglings that are quickly being reduced in number thanks to the blue team's composition of choice. We have Reapers so far, and the Zerg player appears to be going for a quick 2-base Spire. Will it be Mutas, ULTRALISKs, Mutt-Mutts, Sky Puppies, all of the above, the aforementioned names? Team Red feeling much more aggressive in this match so far. Blue doing everything they can just to hold on, it seems. One of those barracks is actually injured, never repaired. Depot going to be the priority target, and the Immortal is going to quickly get distracted. taking out the Reaper, they start to pick off the SCVs, which is much more damaging, I feel, than even the deep. Oh, no, don't pull to repair more. The repair's not gonna work. The Immortal just kicks the door in. The Prism shows up, and things are looking to be very bad for Team Blue here. The Reaper is forced to come home. A Guardian Shield goes out to protect everything here, and there's 8 Mutas on the way. But will 8 Mutas even stop this? What is there? There's only 5 Stalkers and a Sentry for things that can shoot up. The Mutas will show themselves here. Sentry's the first to target, and 1 is going to go down immediately. A Mule is dropped. Sentry Stalkers. I don't think this is enough Mutas, is it? No, there's no way. Oh, I'm at the edge of my seat with this one. Ling Muta trying to fight into a choke point here. Unfortunate Cyclone pops out and gets quickly distracted, staring at the CC instead of helping out. Some of the Stalkers going to be picked off. There's only 3 left. Another Cyclone pops out. Takes a few shots at the Immortal, trying to kite back some Zerglings. There's another Reaper. My god, the Mutas. Are they actually gonna do it? Oh, it's just 1 Stalker. The Mutas will eventually clean everything up. The Zerglings handling the ground forces well enough. It looks like the Cyclone and Immortal kill each other, and the Speedlings will fall to the superior numbers of Team Blue. My word. What a brutal first few minutes here. 30 SCVs went down for Blue Team's Terran. The Zerg barely holding on. Lings and Mutas keeping them alive, keeping the hope here. There is no wall here, which means these Speedlings are going to be quite annoying. Quickly jamming that Cyclone into a choke point there. The Mutas have to come back. Oh, what a terrible time to not have your own Zergling speed. Speedlings, looks like they actually get quite a few drone kills in this too. 18 drones have gone down, 30 SCVs have gone down for Team Blue. What a mess. Chaotic. Whew. Overlord's out on the map. Luckily, I will say one good thing here for Team Blue. Team Red's Zerg took off all of the keys on the keyboard and just replaced them with the letter Z, and as such can only make Zerglings to throw at the wall of Zergling Hellion here. Mutas also great against Speedlings when actually able to hit them, as seen here. The Mutas slightly distracted. 9 more drones on the way. Worker production kicking up. Blue's Terran cut down to only 20 supply. Barely enough focus to even finish off the wall here. It's going to be up to the Zerg. If the Mutas can get enough damage done, should be good to go. It's just 2 Queens. I know Queens, scary. Queens the best unit, but still only 2. At least make them a little nervous. Make them question their commitment. What has the Protoss been up to? After being repelled by Zerglings and Mutalisks, we have decided to come up with an Immortal, 4 Stalkers, another base, perhaps. Battery, proving to be the most solid of counters up against Mutalisks here, picking off just a couple of probes. The Stalkers do have Blink, able to scare the Mutalisks, make them slightly unsettled enough to actually want to fly away. Team Blue rightfully expanding around with this, getting the, is that 2nd CC for the Terran? Yeah, 2nd CC, 3rd hatch. Everybody's building up, expanding around. I haven't even felt like I needed to speed this game up. This is great. But it's not just about what has happened. We also have to consider what will come in the future. How is everybody transitioning out of that disastrous, chaotic early game? This Terran knows what's up. Getting Thors. Terrans, of course, mech units. Some of the strongest, some of the most cost-effective compositions in the game relate to Terran mech. We saw Cyclones initially, not really committing to that, just trying to get SCVs back up. Team Red's Zerg still hasn't found a normal keyboard. They're still just working off the Z keyboard, the Z board, if you will. So we're having just a bunch of Zerglings, 44 Zerglings, just kind of sent across the other side of the map. Now they will find an opportunity, actually get rid of that building command center. The drones in peril too. You guys know workers can move, right? We don't have to keep them all here. Are the mutas actually going to be able to clean this up? They will. They will. Mutas will save the hatchery. The CC was lifted, barely being dented and scratched. The Thor trying to hold the line. Meanwhile, a few Lings slipped past him because he was shooting an Overlord. Mutas, though, the Zerg player, clearly helping out both teammates here. And by both, I mean, of course, themselves and their teammate. It works. Just don't think about it. Just close your eyes, don't think about it, and then it makes perfect sense. I know. What's our APM doing? You know, actually not too bad. Shall we bet? Is it the Protoss at 88? What color are they? Let's see. Blue. Yeah, it's the Protoss. And that's all I'm gonna say on that. Everybody else clocking triple digits. Very nice. On the bright side, they're making a composition that I can, with great respect, say doesn't need a terrible amount of control. Like, what are you gonna do? Start dancing Archons? Come on. Zerglings met with Zerglings here. Muta's gonna be fended away by the Blinkstalker Archon combo. Protoss doing this right. They're taking it slow, expanding outwards, taking the time to set up that static defense. We'll come back to that in a second. Yeah. I'm very keen to see what the thought process is on that. AZT math, unlocking higher level keys on the keyboard, has found the R key. R for Roach, of course. I don't think they have speed. Oh, they do have speed. They got the glial reconstitution, of course. 8 Ultralisks, along with both Ultralisk upgrades here. We have the double Ultra Cavern shenanigans. Thank you for your thumbnail material. That is excellent. The Protoss and Zerg forces combining their might here. Really similar movement speeds, actually. It's kind of scary how well that's going to work together. Stalkers, Archons, and Roaches. CC's going to be lifted. The Roaches, of course, let out a shrill whine as the CC tries to fly away. On the other side, the Mutas start to terrorize the hatchery. It looks like we're going to actually have a decent battle here. We have Ultralisks, Thors, Siege Tanks up against Team Red here. The Ultra's taken to the front line. The Thor's going to offer some incredible support. If only there was about 5 or 6 more Immortals, this might go pretty well for Team Red. The Ultras, most of them going to be dying off. The Siege Tanks putting in the real work. The Terran, heavy fire. Thor Siege Tank support for that Ultralisk front line is going to win the day so far. The Mutas joining up forces. Ultra Muta, good lord. You haven't even gotten Zergling speed. Come on. Alright, we'll follow the Ultras for a minute. See what kind of trouble they get into. The Ultras rightfully run up that ramp, not caring about the Colossus laser, but they really should care about that battery overcharge. The slow link support, a Viper to offer some decorative assistance, will be targeted down by the Mutas without casting a single spell. At last, the Mech Terran joins the fray after the Zerg loses their entire forces, scans the high ground, says, "There's no Terran up there. I think I got this." Mech Terran up against Stalker, Colossus, and about 1.5 roaches put all of their health together. The siege tanks begin to crawl forward. Behind this, more Zerglings, more Ultralisks. Most importantly, Zergling's speed is on the way. The siege tanks start to crawl up that ramp. Is there any hope? Blue, at last, after 15 minutes, is knocking on the door of the aggressive, bad-mouthing opponents from the very start of the match. Blinking forward aggressively onto the blue siege tanks is going to be a disastrous move. There's no Zerg support here, but the Terran doesn't seem to quite need it. Ultralisks at long last give a bit of a high five to the Thors as they quickly run past. The Immortals not living up to their name. The test was given and the test was failed. They have proven themselves quite mortal as the Ultralisks now can dive into the mineral line, get distracted by a cannon on the far left side, and I think we are looking at the end of this one. Some panic lings, the Queen's on the high ground. Unfortunately, there's no creep, which means they cannot transfuse. And although I do love the position to actually fight the Ultralisks, it's not going to be the Queens that win that fight. It's going to be the Immortals standing right behind them. I also think there might just be too much. 6 Ultralisks, 37 Lings that at long last have found their wings. Couple more Panic Immortals, the Thor rightfully running away as fast as its little Thor legs can carry it. Panic Zerglings come out from the red player, who quickly gets out their original Z-board to try and find any solution quick. 32 more Zerglings. The Immortals not going to be enough. A well played comes out. A GG from both of these players. And at the end of it, blue team is the winner. Bearded Saiyan, the Mech Terran, and Tej, the Slowling Muta Ultra Shenanigan Deliverer. Thank you for the submission, both of you. Entertaining, great match to see, very chaotic, very creative. Onwards now to the second match of the day. For the second match of the day, we find ourselves also on a team map, the 3v3 Nephor 1. For team number 1, that will go with the purple Zerg here at the very bottom of the map. It is Ollie Girl. No, I like the clan name. The yellow Terran, who has so far been AFK since the start of the match. It is Great Oz. Wake up, Oz. The game started. Orange Protoss. Excuse me, I almost said Zerg. It is Trash Gan. So from Clan, no. Hey, there's Oz. The red Zerg playing for team number 2 here. It is Leonardo. Their blue Protoss ally, none other than Brusutu. Brukutyu? I don't know. Forge, that's all I care about. And finally, wrapping it all up, the teal Protoss at the very top. It is Diana. Is that also a forge? No, that's a gateway. Alright. That was a lot of chat, guys. I'm not gonna catch up. Catch up in my own comfort here. We have a cannon rush from blue, as evident by the forge. Looks like it will be targeting the orange Protoss and will not be discovered quickly enough. Initial gateway slap down. You might want to get your forge of your own here. Stop cannons with cannons, my friend. To get that stalker out right away if you can. Perhaps some help from the teammates will be of assistance. Trashgan sends a probe across, will be quickly dealt with by Lings. Oz at long last has awoken from their nap. Started mining, I think about a minute into the match. Zealot not able to catch up with the probe. well, you could at least try and take a shot at it. Bunker slapped down from the Terran ally here, offering to help out their teammate. Most impressive. Unfortunately, there's red Zerglings on the way too. Here I was hoping for a little less of a chaotic match. For game number 2, I see I will not get my wish. The Marine helping out the Zealot. Teamwork making the dream work here. The Red Health Zealot. Oh my god, these are speedlings. I didn't even notice. It's a disaster. Alright, Orange, I'm thinking, is just going to be out of the game here because of cannons and Zerglings. There's even a gateway. Oh my word. Battery not going to offer much of any support. Purple Zerg this whole time been building up their own forces. Some Zerglings of their own. Speed's almost here. There's a Baneling nest, which feels like a little bit of an ambitious choice. Is anybody really? Yeah, Orange is definitely taking the short end of the stick here. The Zealot's going to be trapped by the probes. Did you know there's a StarCraft Master tutorial to help out with that? Get that surround? Yeah. Orange, I think I saw in the chat, ignore me. Yes. Orange says, go, save yourself. Best bet is counter. The Zergling's gonna head across the map. Unfortunately, everybody on the board here is craving aggression, is out for blood. Those are gonna be glaive adepts in a few seconds. The Zerglings quickly tuck and tail and running. Another potential surround here. The Zealot will be picked off. The Worker's not gonna be saved though. And the cannon line inching ever closer. More Marines from the Yellow Terran. Zerglings trying to do the best they can. Looks like the Marines will be fine so far though. Orange has to get their probes out of here. These glaive adepts are coming. Well, they're not glaved yet. The Zerglings. Oh my gosh, that's a good position. Don't ruin it, Teal. If you could get a Baneling or two in there, that'd make quite the difference. Yeah, those are glaive adepts now. Not even the siege tank, I think, might be able to handle all of this. The shade over to the purple base. Drones now in peril. Orange has been almost completely eliminated. It's just one pylon, one assimilator. The Zealots, luckily getting distracted, might not be able to finish off Orange here. The drones pulled off the line. Get your pinchers and your shivs ready. There's plenty of probes for Orange. Just no hope of actually making something new right at this time. The Queen! 4 health. The Queen lives. Excellent. Siege tanks now able to set up shop. Don't fire on that Zealot. Oz, rightfully, switching the targeting on that, repositioning the tank just in time. That would have been devastating. Go with tank. Orange, now that they've been knocked out of the game, has decided to offer themselves a bit of a self-promotion in the matter here. I will now be the manager and overseer for my team and shout various phrases and syllables out at my teammates while they're trying to focus. And we all know somebody like that, I'm sure. We all have our feelings, our opinion on the matter. Luckily, it appears yellow and purple rightfully ignoring all of the chat and the commands going on and trying to instead win the game, which is probably the best decision they could make at this point. The SCV's trying to be protected by the Liberator here. Some more glaive adepts being troublesome. Siege tanks, unsieged attack, micro. The probes helping out too, though. Very nice. I don't think, I don't think we need to be in siege mode. There's too many Zealots. We need some Cyclones in here too. Instead, we're going Liberator, siege tank, which is... Oh my god, the siege tank. It's fine. It's living for now. Adepts utterly destroying this place. Can I get a kill count here? Somebody left. Red has left because purple Ollie girl has been devastating the other side of the map. Okay, red dead. Thanks, boss. Captain Obvious, I'm a manager over here. I mean no personal offense, of course. It's just a good opportunity to make fun of you. The Glaive Adepts still being rather devastating. 5, 2, 6, 4, 3. That equals a pretty decent amount. Siege Tank. Not doing the best that they could there. Purple offers no mercy, no kindness to the player who's already out of the game. Ollie, girl, they've already left. They're already dead. Why are you kicking them? No mercy, only violence. Lings and Roaches eventually cleaning up the Adepts, it looks like. Blue Zealots are still being problematic. I like the Banshee. That gets a thumbs up. I like the choice of the Banshee here. I didn't initially think of that. I'm not sure I would have come up with that in the moment. Things have been very chaotic and very heated, but I quite like that in hindsight. Trashgan has rebuilt their base and is no longer being revealed. Maybe they'll type less now. Oh, no. Wishful thinking. Hopeful optimism. Care DT from Teal, maybe I will try. Adept. Yeah. Did you all get that? Make sure you have that in writing for the team's meeting on Monday, of course. The Banshees should actually really be helpful here. The cannons are by far the scariest thing. Where are these DTs being made? Are they being made? Nope, somewhere. Alright, Adept's gonna shade around. I don't think there's any more purple Zerglings on the other side. The Adepts are gonna shade in, deal some pretty devastating losses to the drone line here. The DTs show themselves. Overseer. Oh, look at you, helpful teammates. Oh. See what happens when people work together and aren't distracted by chat on screen? Very nice, very helpful. Lings and Roaches responding. I think a lot of drones were lost, though. 15 drones have been lost for the purple Zerg here. Adept. Oh my god, the drones. Look at that. That's so cute. They're mining together. The drones and SCVs. Banshees still utterly superior to Zealots. Charge lots, excuse me. Adepts and charge lots up against Roach Banshee. Things are not going well for the aggressors in the match. I see why these replays were picked out. My replay individual, it likes to theme them sometimes, theme them some days. Both of these matches, heavily aggressive team, extends too far, starts to slip up, starts to lose it. I like it. Thank you. What a good story. Purple Zerg cleaning up everything here. The cannons will at last be dealt with. The pylons destroyed quickly afterwards. And the gateways shall be closed. Take my main. Not my alt. Not my natural. No, of course not. The DTs. Never much of a fan of Earth, were they? They were always more air focused. They wanted to be airbenders when they were young, right? Some more DTs. The Banshees from the Yellow Terran might be able to spot those. Oh, there is a missile turret here, but there's no defensive forces, which means it's going to be a little difficult to actually stop them. Blue probe. Do not cannon rush. Do not. No. Gonna find that. The Banshees on the other side cloak unnecessarily. Start to deal with the probes in true Banshee fashion. The DTs on the other side getting some vengeance, though. The Hydralisks will somehow survive. Unlike the probes. Is anybody else left? No, I think it's still just red is gone. I think blue and teal are both still here. Teal still here. DT Blink's about to finish up. Not that I think it'll do them a whole lot of good. There's Ravens and Overseers out on the map. The production tab is taken up more than a third of my screen at this point. Spore Crawler, not your biggest problem here, my friend. DT. This DT guy. Diana, the teal, DT-loving Protoss, quickly leaves the game afterwards, which leaves only blue here. And what does blue really have? 17 probes. Blue, of course, the cannon rusher from earlier, committing a bit too much onto the other side of the map. The Banshee actually going to fall to a cannon. Good job, cannon. But the rest of the Zerg forces are going to show up, and this is just far too much. Even a battle cruiser warping in at the very end. Absolutely marvelous games. Both of these submissions. Thank you for the energetic, the chaotic disasters of those matches. Marvelously entertaining. If you enjoyed, be sure to let me know in the comments below. If you're interested in submitting games of your own or checking out the monthly viewer challenge, be sure to check out the Discord link in the description below. Thank you always so much for watching, and have a great day.